Hello, I'm Zen from Bike Tires Direct, and today we're going to be doing a quick little intro to clipless pedals and kind of what you'll need to get started. Clipless pedals, what are those? They're kind of counterintuitively named because you are actually going to be clipping into the pedals. There are a few different systems of clipless pedals, but they're all going to be ways to securely attach your feet to the pedals of your bike. That sounds pretty sketchy. Why would you want to be attached to your bicycle? What if you fall? We all fall. As far as upgrades for your biking experience, number one, you are going to want to have shorts with a chamois, and number two, being attached to your bicycle. Clipless pedals. These shoes are very, very stiff. Like, I can't even bend this stiff, especially these road shoes. After 20 or so miles on a bike, you might start to feel foot pain and foot fatigue as you're if you're in squishier sneakers. The sneakers are compressing, your feet are moving a lot more than it would like to. So you might have foot fatigue. If you're interested in racing down the road, so to speak, if you're interested in racing, being clipped into your bike is going to increase the level of power transfer that you can have through your muscles in your glutes, your legs, your calves, through your feet into your pedals. Another really beneficial thing is that you're no longer just pushing down, you're also going to be able to pull up with your other foot. So instead of kind of just mashing on the pedals, you'll actually feel like you're going in a more circular motion. So it'll also just feel better. This is such a great upgrade to your person as well. Like, you just feel so much more pro. Look pro, be pro. Feel fast, go fast. When I feel like I look fast, I feel like I'm going fast, but I've studied that only with my feelings. Like a lot of other things in cycling, starting off can be kind of intimidating because there are so many options. But in reality, there are only two options. We have two different types of shoes here. These are an off-road shoe and these are an on-road shoe. And you'll see that there are just two different hole setups. A few companies like Pearl Izumi make these cool guys that are multi-options. And then these two hole setups, these are SPDs. These are going to be your go-to option if you are just a commuter, you just want a more comfortable ride, like getting around town. Also, obviously off-road, like if you're mountain biking, gravel, cross, these will also be the shoes you'll be using. These are heavily lugged, so not only do you have like grips if you are off-road, but these are going to be more comfortable for walking around in. Another thing to take in consideration if you're going to be walking around is that these cleats are made out of metal, so they're going to be more durable over time versus these road shoes that are super light, super stiff, really nice. These are spd-sls. These have some grip, nothing super substantial. They are quite slippery. These are also made out of plastic. They're quite lightweight. So these will, if you're walking around in these, they will degrade pretty quickly. And the spd-sls have these three color options that kind of move from, I would say, beginner to intermediate to most difficult. They offer different degrees of float. So float is how much this will kind of shift around. The more it shifts around, the easier it is to clip in and clip out of the pedals. So these are going to be the most beginner friendly. And then I would say that these are what like most people use. It's in the medium amount of float. These red ones offer 0 float. So if you're using these, you're not going to be shifting around at all in the pedals. You and the bike will fully become one. There are a number of companies that make pedals: Shimano, Look, Crank Bros, Time, Speedplay are all the most popular companies. When you're buying replacement cleats, you're gonna wanna match your cleats to whatever pedals you have. So Look cleats go with Look pedals, and then the Shimano cleats go with Shimano pedals. If you're buying your first pair of shoes, the shoes are not gonna come with cleats, but if you're buying pedals, the pedals will come with matching cleats. Getting the cleats onto the shoes, kind of like anything else for a bike, you just need a simple Allen key or hex key, whatever you prefer to call it, and just a little grease, and you'll just want to grease the bolts and just pop them on in there. And grease is really important because it'll make it easier to take those cleats off of the shoes further down the line, and it'll also keep like debris and moisture from building up between the bolt and the shoe itself. You'll notice a lot of these shoes also have nice little grids for placement, so you can make sure that both shoes are symmetrical. We have some spacers here. These are kind of like a unique item. Bikes are a very symmetrical object. Human bodies are not symmetrical, and these spacers are going to be really helpful if you do have one leg that is longer than the other. We all do, but some people it is a bit more of a comfort issue for them. That's where these spacers come in. You'll just pop them in between the cleat and the shoe. And these will just be great for, if you have one leg that is shorter than the other in a way that's like very pronounced and it is causing discomfort. And then these come in like packs from both Shimano and Look. So it's really good to know that this product is out there if that is something that you are encountering. Within the pedals, you'll find, once again, like a lot of options. These road pedals that go with these types of road 3-hole cleats, and these are going to be one-sided, so you're always going to want to make sure that you're clipping in on the right side. You will also have, these are really great for, I think, like commuting setups. One side is a flat pedal, so you can just wear whatever trainers, sneakers that you'd like to. And then the other side, you can clip in and clip out of. And then we have these more kind of like off-road pedals. These are from Shimano. These are dual-sided, which is really convenient. And then these are from Crank Bros. These are really great for if you're going to be in really muddy conditions. They shed mud quite nicely. They're really nice and like tight profile, so it's very good for cornering. And one really nice thing about these Shimano and Look pedals is that you can adjust the tension with just an Allen key. So I'd say that if you're just starting off, make sure that they're open all the way. When you're putting these on your bike, make sure that it'll say like usually around here, right side and left side, make sure that you have them on the right sides. One good thing to know, because these pedals can be quite an investment, is that these pedals are going to be completely serviceable. You can take them apart, grease the bearings, all that stuff to prolong the longevity of these pedals and to make that investment worthwhile. You might notice a big range in prices with pedals as well. You are generally just paying for lighter components. So that's going to be the difference between a $75, $95 pair of pedals and a pair of pedals that cost in the hundreds of dollars, is that weight savings. What you're going to do to clip in is just very firmly put your foot down, and you will hear a very satisfying click once you're fully clipped in. And you are going to want to make sure that you are fully clipped in and not partially clipped in. If you're partially clipped in, it might make it difficult to clip out when you have to. So firmly put your foot down, and you'll hear that sound that lets you know that you're clipped in. When you are clipping out, I would imagine that you are a tough film noir detective and you're crushing a cigarette butt out and you're gonna twist. So it's gonna be firm, put your foot down, ball of your feet, and you're gonna twist, and you'll hear once again a click that you're coming out and your foot will be loose. And even though, you know, all of these looks very different from one another, it is all the exact same motion. So even with these guys, it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to... I'm like, it's the wrong way. Yeah. You're gonna in the beginning, like, it does feel very awkward, like the little newborn deer on little new hooves feeling. But after a while, it kind of becomes, it all starts becoming more second nature, and forgive the phrasing, it becomes like riding a bicycle. So I would recommend going to a park or a parking lot, anywhere where there's going to be space for you to bike around and not have to worry about cars, namely. But even like if you're going to the park, I'd recommend going at a time of day where there aren't going to be a lot of like children or dogs running around, because those are all going to be obstacles that will necessitate you having to come to complete stops, and sometimes sudden stops, which is what you're going to want to avoid if you're starting off. But yeah, I would just recommend getting used to clipping and unclipping on either side. You will definitely, or not definitely, most likely notice that there's one side that you're more comfortable clipping in and clipping out of. Like for me, it's my left side, but just because that's the side I prefer, I would recommend that you learn how to unclip and clip in and stop with both legs, just for safety reasons. So hopefully this video gave you some of the information you need to start off on the right foot. Be safe, have fun, and happy riding.